Hi there. Good morning. This is Shrikant. Welcome back to my channel. Our last session, we have configured a read-only grid to display all the leaves applied by one particular employee. But after applying the leave, employee cannot update or employee cannot cancel this leave. As part of the today's class, we will try to configure a read-only grid in a such a way that employees should be able to update the record. For example, uh, here you will see a record wherein return to office is going to be on 19th August, and currently it is in pending approval status. As long as the supervisor has not taken any action, employee should be able to update and he should be able to resubmit this request. Let's see how we can achieve this. I'm going to switch to expression mode here. I will create two local variables. Local bank selected leave request is going to be my first variable. And the next local variable, I'm going to name it as local bank data. And I will assign this to rule expression. So with the help of a bank refresh variable, this expects two parameter value, and I'm going to call rule expression here. This also expects one more parameter refresh. Always I'm going to set this to true. After defining these two variables, we will try to use them in our code. Okay, scroll all the way down and try to update read-only grid. I'm going to update the data parameter. Instead of calling directly from the rule input, I will use local bank data. This is the first change. Then scroll down. You will see one parameter with the name selectable. Just change it to true. This will enable a checkbox here. So next we have to add two more new parameters. I will call it as selection value. I will assign this to local selected leave request. We can also set the selection style. This is going to be a checkbox. Even if you don't specify, also it is going to default it to checkbox. Next, we have to introduce a new button. This button is to update the leave information. We already have one for creating a new leave request as well as canceling the leave request. So I'm going to create one more for update transaction. A bank button widget. Label, I'm going to set the label for this. I'm going to set the label as update leave request, and I will set submit value as false. Next, I'm going to set the style here, primary. Next, we can set the save into parameter. Now we will add a bank, write to data store entity. This expects 4 parameters. Copy all of them. Now we will pass the value for each of these parameters. The first parameter is going to be data store entity. So we need to pass constant nic give summary constant. Next one is going to be rule input of nic leave summary cd type. On success, we wanted to reset the form value a bank save rule input nic leave summary with null value. Next, I wanted to uncheck the selected checkbox. For that, a bank again save local selected leave request with null value. Next, we have to get the latest data from the database to interface. For that, again, I'm going to use a bank save. This time the target is going to be my local bank data, and I will call expression rule bank nic get applied leave by employee, and I pass logged in user. Next, on error, I'm not doing anything over here, just give empty quotes. If the employee updates the record from vacation to sick type, then we have to approve the leave automatically. For that, I'm going to add a logic here. I'm going to check if leave type, so rule bank nic leave summary dot leave type is sick, then true condition. Other and here you have to pass the false condition. For true condition, I'm going to set a bank save ri nic leave summary dot leave status approved. Also, I'm setting up the comment rule bank nic summary dot comment with the auto approval and manager's action is not required. Okay, this is the true condition, and we have to set even false condition as well. So my false condition, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this instead of passing approved, I will say pending approval. Uh, Please make sure that whatever the value that you are going to update here, pending approval and approved, it should match what you have defined over here. If it doesn't match, then you will get an error. Next, we will update the show when property of the grid, because we wanted to display grid only to the employee, not to the manager. So is null or empty, ri applied, leave applied. It is a time to test our code changes. I'm going to submit a new leave request with the start date as 23rd and end date as 24th. So I'm going to take a leave on 23rd and I'll be back to office on 24th. Just one day leave. So this is going to be vacation, and I'm going to click on apply new leave now. Okay, submitted. Leave has been submitted with the start date as a 23rd and return to office date as 24th. Just for now, we will switch to tempo and we'll refresh the screen. And there's a record a moment ago. Manager's action required Shrikant's leave request. Click this. You will see leave start date is 23rd and end date is going to be 24th, which is fine. I'm not going to take any action here. Just click on close this, and now employee is going to update this request. So for that, he's going to select this, selected, and instead of 24th as a return to office date, he's going to extend his leave. He'll be back on 26th. System will allow him to make this update because leave status is still in the pending approval. It has not been rejected or approved. Okay, so employee is going to update his leave request. 26th, it got updated. Now we are expecting supervisor to see this newly updated date. Let's see. I will switch to tempo now. Just go to tempo. Okay, task. The same task. A minute ago, the task has been created. So I'm going to click this. 23rd to 26th. Previously, it was 23rd to 24th return to office date. Now you will see updated return to office date as 26th. Supervisor is going to approve this, test, approval, first scenario. Click on submit manager's action. It is updated. Now we will switch to employee view, and if the employee selects this record to make an update, he won't be able to do so because it's already approved. Okay. Next, we will add a new record. I'm going to select 1st September, ending on 2nd September. This is going to be vacation. Apply leave now. Leave has been submitted successfully. You will see a record over here. But later, employee wants to change the leave type to sick. To that, he is going to select this record and select the leave type as sick. Now, as soon as he updates the leave request, I'm expecting system to change the leave type to sick, and leave status should be approved because we have a logic to get auto approval for sick leaves. Let's see now. I'm going to update the leave request. So sick leave, the leave type got converted to sick leave, and it is auto approved with the uh, comment that we have specified earlier. This functionality is going to be very helpful for the employee. They can change the leave start date. They can also update the return to office date. Also, they can change the leave type as well. That's all for today. Thank you very much for your time. You have a great day.